the 3 no-cost tactics to getting clients. So let me know if you're here live, #live. Let me know if you're watching the replay, #replay. And say hi so I know that you're here. Please make sure you interact, and if you have any questions, please do let me know. Yesterday someone asked me to give them a shout out for their birthday, so if it's your birthday today, let me know and I'll give you a shout out for your birthday as well. So let's talk about 3 no-cost tactics for getting clients. Yesterday we talked all about being super visible. It's about being seen. Yesterday we were talking about how can you be seen, just not on social media, but out in the real world, whether it be at your church, at the local rugby group, whether it's about being in your golf club, not in the golf club, but in the golf club. Let's make sure that you are being seen. However, being seen is not enough. You need tactic number 2. So once you've been seen, tactic number 2 is be heard. Okay, be heard. So, easier said than done, eh? The airways are super, super jammed. Jammed with people like me talking about how to do marketing. They're jammed with other accountants and bookkeepers telling everyone how to do tax, and being out there and being seen on TikTok and doing funny dances and writing controversial stuff and getting lots of attention and are being heard. And you as a typical accountant have things that you want to share, but it's like how do I cut through the noise? How do I get heard? And that is the biggest problem. The biggest problem that I see accountants and bookkeepers have, once they are aware they need to be visible, it's then about how do you get heard? How do you cut through that noise? So what we need to understand is different people consume content in different ways, and they want different things from different people. And this is being heard is more about the psychology of the people that you're talking to, and it's more about their lives. You have to actually understand who your ideal audience is to be heard. To be seen, you can be all things to all people. But to be heard, you need to go from generalist to a specialist. The easiest way to become a specialist is to be a specialist for an industry niche. So doctors, dentists, creative agencies, the kind of people that you can say, I specialize in helping accountants. Really easy to become heard when you have an industry niche. The other way to be heard is to have a specialism. So you specialize in R&D tax credits, you specialize in business growth, you specialize in management accounts, whatever it is, have that specialism and get known for that. But we have to understand, not only do we have to have the right message to market to be heard, we have to have the right medium to market. And the right medium to market might not be what you're most comfortable with. Okay, people consume in different ways. And there are 4 ways that people consume, okay? And they start to hear what you're saying. The first way is what I'm doing now, creating videos. So some of you watch my videos. Some of you watch my videos and you listen to what I've got to say. However, 75% of my audience do not watch my videos because they don't want to hear what I've got to say via video. They want me to write it down. Some of you want me to write content and you will consume content, and some of your audience will want video, but some of your audience will want the written word and they will want blogs, articles and updates in that way. Some of your audience will want audio. So not video because they have to be present, they have to watch it, okay? Not the written word because they can't be bothered to read it. They want to plug you into their ears, and whilst they're emptying the dishwasher, they want to listen to your dulcet tones. Okay, so they're the 3 main ways: is visual, audio, or watching, okay, reading. The 4th way is some people need to interact. They want to have a 2-way communication. So people need to feel that you're hearing them as well as you need to feel that you are being heard. So that is all about how can you get people to interact with you, whether it is through messaging, whether it is through doing online interactive tools, like maybe someone would complete a scorecard that you've put together, and at the end of that they get a report. They want to take some kind of action. And these 4 ways are ways where you need to be heard, okay? So we need to get clear on who it is that we're talking to. We need to really understand what makes them tick, what their lives are like, what makes them get up in the morning, what keeps them awake at night. We need to understand who they are and how they act so we can create the right content so that you are heard, so that you are seen, and so that you cut through the noise. So something I really want you guys to do off the back of this video is think about who is an ideal client for you. So let's talk about Mary. I don't know Mary. I'm going to make Mary up. Mary is actually, I do know who Mary is. Mary's a lady from Coronation Street. I don't know if you ever watch Coronation Street. If you do, especially if you're a Brit and you like it, I know that a couple of my clients like Coronation Street, and I really like Coronation Street. Mary is a very funny character in Coronation Street. She's an old lady. I would say she's probably late 50s, early 60s. She's a bit of a busybody, and she would not be sitting on Instagram. Mary is, she doesn't run the flower shop, but she works with someone that runs a flower shop. Her boss would be looking for an accountant. Her boss would be on Instagram, possibly, scrolling through all the noise. She's probably not on LinkedIn. Well, she's definitely not on LinkedIn. She is possibly on Facebook, but Instagram is where a florist would be, and Mary works for that florist. So Mary has the personality where she is super funny, she's a little bit cheeky, she's a little bit ditzy, okay, but she would not be hanging out on LinkedIn, for example. Then we have to think about what's Mary's life like. Is she going to be listening to information? Is she going to be watching for information? Or is she going to be reading? So Mary would probably read. Her boss, who runs the florist shop, would probably be watching TikToks or Instagram, I guess. Okay, so what we then need to say is, how do we get heard by Mary, who pretty much runs the shop, although is not the boss, and then how do we then get heard by her boss, and what are the two different mediums that you need to show up with, and what's the message that you need to say? So if you're targeting a florist, the message that you need to have come out so that you are heard needs to be relevant, and it needs to resonate with your ideal audience. So you've got the quality of the content so that you get heard, and also the medium that you deliver the quality of that content. So the first thing that you need to do is be visible. Have lots and lots and lots of places where you're talking to people and standing out. Social media, going to church, local community that you're a member of. It could be that you are being visible at the school and you're talking to the mums. Just have lots and lots of conversations and be visible. The second thing, resonate and be relevant and be heard in the marketplace. If you're marketing to someone like Mary, what does Mary do? What's her day like? What do you need to understand about Mary so you create the right content at the right time so she can consume it? And then on Monday, I will be sharing the third tactic that you need to do. And when you get all three of these right, you will grow your business. It's guaranteed. Because if you're seen, if you're heard, and then I'm going to give you tactic number 3 on Monday, you will grow your business. It is a no-brainer, okay? So don't take these videos lightly. It's really important that you take on board what it is that I'm saying. Now, here's the thing about when you're heard. When you are heard, people will remember you. So I can pretty much guarantee that if you come to these videos that I do, if you come to my 10 o'clock videos 4 times a week, at some point, you will have heard me nagging you in your ear, even when you're not watching the video. So you could be doing something with your business, you could be having a conversation with one of your team, you could be having a conversation with your husband or your wife, and then you'll go, Amanda says, and you'll be like, oh, okay, all right, Amanda's nagging me, even though I'm not there. And that's what being heard is all about, because you're cutting through the noise, you're resonating, you're being relevant, and you're being seen in the right way. And what you want to do is be heard in that way where people remember your voice, people remember your message, people remember what it is that you're saying, and you become part of their everyday life. Now, remember as well, and I feel like I'm a bit on a rant on this one, but people do not hear businesses. People hear people. So if you show up as a business and your front of your business is all about your accountancy practice or your bookkeeping practice, and there is no personality and there's no real insightful bits that you're sharing, information that you're sharing, you're not going to get heard and you're not going to cut through the noise with that. Okay, people buy people, and they need to hear you the practice owner, they need to hear you, the practice owner, out there in the world, and they need to remember you when they're in the shower, when they're talking to their other half, and when they're talking to their team. That is what will transform your ability to get clients, to be heard. So be visible, be seen, number one. Number two, be heard. Focus on those two things, and on Monday, I'll give you the third point. Have a great, great weekend. If you would like some help with getting clients, if you would like better clients, if you would like more profits, then I have the solution for you, whether or not you are a new or established firm. Comment momentum below and I will get you all the details. And if you have watched this live, #live, and if you've watched it on the replay, #replay, so I know who has been here and who has heard me and who has seen me. All right, I'll catch up with you all soon. Have an amazing weekend. See you on Monday. Bye.